think we're finally live. All right, here we go. A little bit of technical difficulties, but looks like we are now going. So, welcome back to another live Q&A and pull workout. If you're new to this, I'm gonna check my audio real quick. Cool, sweet. If you're new to this, rather than doing like I used to where I have the camera in the garage, streaming live, stuff would mess up because I was far away from the internet. It takes a lot longer. That's loud. There we go. And it would just take a lot longer because I'd be talking to people as I'm going. Sets would take longer, answering questions and stuff. So basically what we're doing here is I'm just talking about what I do, how I do it, the way I do it. To help you out, if you want to follow along with the type of workout I do, that's cool. If not, maybe give you some ideas, whatever. If you have questions about anything, post them down below. In the description, I have everything I did for this workout with exercises, sets, reps, all that good stuff. And yeah, so for a pull day workout, essentially, that's a back workout. Back and biceps for a lot of people, but I actually do biceps typically on my leg day. I've just been having some pain in here, and doing after I do a bunch of back things, and doing biceps on a different day helps out a lot with that. And it looks like we're lagging some. Bear with me, should work good. Hold on one second. Hey Jill, is anyone watching TV or something out there on the internet? I might be making this run slow because it keeps lagging. Maybe that might help a little bit. Only for like half an hour. But anyways, the way I schedule my workouts, I do 3-day split, 4 days I guess, because I do a cardio day. So I do legs, push, pull, or I do legs and biceps, push, pull, and then swim on the 4th day, then go back through it again. So I have, with doing biceps on my leg lean workout, so arms are still, not arms, my biceps have time to rest between one or the other. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with this program? Keeps saying no data. I'm just gonna talk as if it is working. So, I always start off my workouts with the hardest compound movement. So, leg day squats, push day is chest, pull day is deadlifts. And so with pull day here, we're starting with deadlifts, and I do a lot of warming up now. So 135 is what I start with. You say I put some extra weights on there so it looks like more than 135, but actually all of my bumper plates like that are between half or like 0.7 pounds and 1.3 pounds off. So I throw some 2.5s on there. I just got some 1.25s recently, so it fixes that and gets it right on. But with this, it gets me around 135, within a pound. And doing 15 reps to start off here. And I try to think about every rep, like just because it's light and easy, I don't want to sit there and just go through it really quick. I'm thinking each rep, okay, back straight, tighten up the lats, stand up straight, pull it up, because as the weight gets heavier, I do it, and I see a lot of people do it really bad, where as you start pulling up, your shoulders round, and then you start pulling up, then you kind of have to shrug the weight back, and it's not good, and it makes it harder. So when you grab that bar, pull your shoulder blades back, tighten everything, push upwards, and get the weight up. So try to focus every rep as if I was doing my 1 rep max or my heaviest working set. Speaking of sets, so the way I do this, I've got, or these weights here, these 45s are my ones that actually weigh what they're supposed to. All the big black bumper ones are a little off, and they were like half at the price too. So I'm like, you know, if it's up to a pound off, but it's half the price, whatever. But the reason I started buying these other ones is because I'm doing over 400 now, On this one, I think I only did 395, but I'm doing over 405. I think I can only fit 4 of those at the most, and it'll be at the end, and I can't go up from there. So these other blue weights are thinner, so I can stack more of those on. And because hopefully within the next 3 months, I'll be doing sets of 5 to 6 with 405, which will be pretty sweet. I actually just built a deadlift platform that I used for the first time yesterday, and this workout's from a few weeks ago. Now, 225 for 10 is what we're doing here. I used to. Still messing up. Wow. That's annoying. What is up with this? Well, if y'all can hear me, I can talk more in the comments as well, because internet's showing it's fine, but I'm getting a lot of lagging here. I don't know what the issue is. But I used to use straps, but since I'm gonna be doing a powerlifting meet, I can't use straps. So I got to where I'm used to doing the mixed grip now. I still do double overhand grip up to 225, and after that, actually I think I might on here do 290 still overhand. I don't remember, but getting used to the over-under mixed grip, I guess, and it's been working fine. Let's see if it's working over here. What in the world is up with my audio? Let's see if I can fix a couple settings while we're on here. Let's see.
Stay up here.
See if maybe that helps.
Sit on there.
Yeah, I do have a gym here. I've actually been going to lately because it's been like 100 degrees outside and it is ridiculously hot. I'll still do my deadlifts here because I just like my setup and doing that. Then I'll go to my gym because it's air conditioned, but there are times when there are a ton of people there. It's crazy. Yeah, so mixed grip here. It's just all that weight. I don't want to get hurt, you know. It's not worth it. A couple extra sets won't hurt. I don't want to just do a ton of 135 and jump up to almost 400. Showing stream health is good. Check my mic real quick, make sure I'm not missing something. Nope. It shows it's normal, so I don't know what's going on. Let's see. Hopefully the future streams I'll get the kinks worked out. I need to find a place closer to my modem or something. Oh, it sounds like it's working. Okay, I think stuff's worked out. So now we're getting on there up to, what was it? $360. So 360 pounds here, folks. And So I think that was a set of 5, and I'm actually, yesterday I did 375 for 5, so I'm up 15 pounds from this. But the last rep was really hard. Yesterday I was struggling pretty good. My hips started getting pretty sore. But I still was able to hit it, so it was cool. Close a couple other things on my computer real quick. That might help a little bit here. All right, I think we're good. But yeah, having a garage gym, I've really enjoyed it. I mean, it's pretty rough in the summer. The winter, it's a bit annoying just because when it's below freezing, the bars get really cold. And like last year, I would bring my bar in the morning and stick it in front of the fireplace just to warm it up. Because even if I put on gloves, my fingertips would feel it because they're fingertip gloves, and the bar would hurt. I couldn't really do it with all the dumbbells, but I do that. And here's the heavy single. So this is $395 for 1. And I'm not maxing out with this, but I started adding a heavy single to each of my workouts since I'm planning on doing a powerlifting show to help with just getting used to feeling heavier weight. Because sets of 5 or higher are a lot safer, even though it's hard. You push yourself. I want to still do a single, and I'm guessing it's 5 to 10% below what my max is. So just getting used to that, because it does feel different pulling that heavy weight. Like, there's times you might feel like you're about to black out at the top, and that's tough. So I do that 1 set, and then here, open this back up. Then I go down to 365 for the next set. So I did 360 on the first one. It felt good, so I bumped it up 5 pounds on the next one, dropping back down. And looks like I do 6. So when I did the 360, I could have done another rep, but since I know I have that heavy single coming up, I don't want to like kill myself. And before I do that, but then the next 2 sets are pretty much going to failure. Getting frustrating. You pay for expensive, fast internet. And since this is a higher set, so I do the 2 heavy sets of 5 to 6, and then this I just do as many as I can. Try to get at least 10. And when you do these, it's still heavy weight, but I'm like trying to get through it, and you gotta still think about every rep. Like, focus, do it right, don't get lazy. Don't let your butt come up a bunch. I can see it's doing it some, and I'm not being as tight. That one was better. But I try to remind myself each one, don't just try to blast through these. Each one, pull the shoulders back, tighten everything, push up through the hips, and don't just lift your butt up. Yeah, had a little issue with this one. I ripped a callus off, and that was painful. I had never done that before. So ever since then, I started wearing gloves on all my sets except for the single, because I do want to make sure I'm doing that one the way I'm going to be doing it in competition. So that was painful though. The rest of the workout was hurting because of that. And this is the downside of doing a home gym workout, because you got to constantly set things up, put them away. I don't have machines where I can just easily go from one to the other, do a pin, wipe it down, be done. So it does take longer, but at the same time for me, I enjoy working out. I enjoy doing this stuff. It's fun for me. A lot of times I'll bring my kids out with me and they'll do stuff. Not necessarily work out, but they might watch TV or play around. Sometimes they do some exercises. I don't want to force them to do any because I want them to actually like what they're doing, so it works out. But so that's all the deadlifts done. So the next up thing I do is lat pull downs. I like to do that second just because my lower back's pretty tired after all that, and I don't want to do any bent over rows or anything like that. So this, where I can sit down, pull the weight to me, works really well. And I've got a pull-up bar too, but I really don't ever do pull-ups at home. Actually, one of my favorite things to do now is the assisted pull-up. I usually used to always do lat pull downs at the gym, but I started using the pull-up assisted machine, you know, where you get on there, put your knees on it, you got the pins to change it, and I've been getting such a good back pump doing that. It's crazy, because if you think about pull-ups, yeah, I can do like, I don't know, 12 to 15 or something like that, maybe if I'm fresh. But you get on there, you can't really just warm up. If you have bands, you could. But you get on there, I'm 190 pounds. So a warm-up set, I'm still pulling my full body weight. And you could get injured, and I can feel it in my arm too if I don't warm up ahead of time. So I'm getting some Band-Aids and gloves on now because it's pretty painful in that, and I'm trying to hold everything like this and not wrap my arm around too much for the rest of the workout. Come on, stream, let's keep working. But with the assisted pull-up machine, I get on that thing, I usually start with like around 130 pounds. So, you know, that's only 60 pounds I'm pulling down. It's pretty light for a warm-up set. So I do that. And when I do it, make sure this stream is good. There we go. When I do it, I go all the way down so I can really feel it pull, and then pull myself all the way up to here, pause for a second, and then let myself slowly all the way back down. And I like to do the, not completely neutral, but the angled grip like this, because this way I can feel it in here a little bit. I don't like this as much, but this angle here works really well. And I do like 15 of those so you really feel it, and then bump the weight up to like 90 pounds assisted, so then it's like doing 100, and then after that I'll go to like 40 to 50 pounds and do a few sets of that, really pulling all the way up, pause, feel the lat squeeze, and it has been working really well. And I guess I'll just keep doing that until I get to where I'm doing 0 and getting sets of 10 to 12, and hopefully the back will get nice and wide. So I would suggest trying that when you're at the gym sometime. If you like to do lat pull downs, try to do the chin up a set, because it seems like, oh, just do pull-ups, but that keeps your form really strict and you get a great workout out of it. When I get to these heavier weights, so I did a warm-up set of this with 90 pounds. Now I'm doing 125 for 13. Once the weight gets like over 120 or so, I got to get my wife to put this barbell over me so that I stay on the ground. Otherwise, I start lifting up with the heavy weights, because I go up to 160. And it's like I'll pull and I'll kind of come up a little bit and then fall back down with it. So having this barbell over me helps. And my wife can do it, or my son will come out and help sometimes. One of the downsides to home gym, Rogue does have actually a plate loaded attachment that you can put on one of the arms. I'm sitting here pointing at it like you can see. But it fits in between 6 months or whatever, and see how much difference has or how much stronger have I gotten over time. Because it's easy to get frustrated and be like, oh, I plateaued. I've been doing the same bench press weight for who knows how long. I was stuck for like 2 months before, and it was getting really frustrating. I was like, not making any progress. But then I looked back and I was like, well, 9 months ago I was benching like 25 pounds less. So that's cool. And then all of a sudden I might be stuck, hit 7 or 8 on the next workout. It's like, where did that come from? So you can't always do better, but just try to do better on the next workout. But this is pretty frustrating with the internet. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna try this out in the room where my modem is next time and be right next to it, and hopefully that'll fix it. Maybe I can do a straight connection to it, Ethernet, instead of Wi-Fi. That might help. because supposedly it's like 300 megabits per second, but they only guarantee that if it's a physical connection. So, what can you do? So I guess that was all the lat pull downs. The last set was, so I did 160 for 10, then 140 for 14. And I get rid of that, and the next is a couple supersets and I'm done. So the first one, I'm doing 3 sets of, do a little conventional deadlift here. Do 3 sets of dumbbell rows with barbell shrugs. And barbell shrugs, one of my least favorite exercises. I'm trying to get the traps though, because it's so easy to sit there and go like this, try to speed through it, but it's the same thing. You want to pull up and hold and let back down. It's just kind of awkward where your hands are at the bar, hitting your crotch, all that good stuff. But I'm pretty much warmed up and there's not really any danger in doing a row. So I just go straight into my first heavy set. So I got these little 2-pound weights to add, because hundreds are as high as my dumbbells go, but we've got these little weights my wife has for some of her exercises, so 2, 3, 5, 7, 12-pound weights. Yeah, I finished 4th and then untested NPC show. A lot of those guys had some pretty bad gyno too. I was like, dang, I'd get that taken care of, because it's about aesthetics and look pretty bad. But here I do 102 pounds for 9 reps. I try to pull it up. You know, sometimes you get to the end and you might turn your body to get it up a little bit, like a cheat rep, just like with curls or something, but I try to keep my back as straight as possible, pull it up, use your lat, really focus on squeezing it and let it back down, and not just throwing weight around. Seems like the internet's working a lot better now. But I also use straps with this because I don't want to be focusing on like my hand giving out with trying to row 100 pounds. So the straps help a lot, and I just focus on driving my elbow back and try to take my bicep out of it as much as possible, because it's a back exercise. A lot of exercises, like with lat pull downs, I try to really drive the elbows back, or with pull-ups too. You see a lot of people when it gets hard, they start going like this, because then you're using your biceps a lot more too to pull it down. But dumbbell rows are one of my favorites. Yeah, possibly. I do know for sure that the 3 guys, the first, second, third guys, were not natty. Although the guy that got second, he was really lean, but he didn't have a whole lot of muscle. He was taller, but he still had some gyno. But if I had probably dieted for another 2 weeks, based on the second place dude, I think I probably would have gotten second place, because he was just maybe 1 or 2% leaner than me. You could see some better definition. Yeah, so then over to shrugs, and we're getting some buffering issues again. So first set of shrugs, I've got 135 for 20 reps and shrugs. I mean, it's one of those things you can do a lot of reps. And you see I'm trying to focus on, keep my arm straight. I still bend my elbow some, but get it up there, pause, let it down, and don't just let it down even, but like let your shoulder blades come forward to stretch it out, and then pull up again. And you don't have to use a lot of weight, and your traps will be burning. So really try to lighten the weight if you're doing these and focus on it. I've seen guys online, they're like, oh, look at how much I can shrug now. It's in a YouTube group or Facebook group. This dude had 315, and he took off the bar and he was literally going like this and bouncing his whole body like this, trying to get it up, and then dropped it after doing like 8 reps. And I was like, okay, I'm not sure what you're trying to work out here, but I guess that makes you happy. So this cut to my next set of shrugs, 185 for 14, and that's because I forgot to push record on my second set of rows. So I did 102 for 9 on the first set of rows. The second one that we just missed was 100, so I just took the 2-pound weight off because usually I'll just put that little weight over my hand to add some. And I did 100 reps for, 100 pounds for 10 reps. And you can see here how I'm trying to really let my shoulders drop and then pull it back up and squeeze on the reps. And it gets hard, especially this heavier weight. And after watching Renaissance Periodization talk about, what's it called? Can't even think. Shrugs. Different ways to do it with hands narrow, wide. I found I like a little better with my arms wider, just inside of where the powerlifting marks are. And then I spread my legs a little bit and lean over and then pull up hard so that the bar's not hitting my waist as much. You're on finesse, right? No. No special hair stuff. This is the longest my hair has been since I was 17. I'm gonna be 35 in a few weeks. I've been in the military for, gosh, how long now? I don't even know. Almost 13 years. And I just went back and forth from buzzing my head sometimes to just having, like in most of my videos where I just have it spiked up a little bit in the front. I guess, what do they call it, like a faux hawk or something. This is my last set of rows. It's 93 pounds now for 12. So I got my 90 in that little green weight I put over my hand. I try to let it all the way down to the ground, touch, and then bring it back up so I don't have any momentum of swinging anything around. But as far as the hair, I just decided I want to try something different. I really like how Chris Hemsworth's hair is, how it's pretty short on the sides and the top's longer. My hair's been growing out. I've been letting it grow out since January. So, I mean, it's kind of funny because it's not much higher than when I just had it spiked up, but now it's just coming back more. It's actually getting pretty long. But, and then trying to blend it's kind of hard because I cut it myself. But, like if you've seen Chris Hemsworth in Extraction, it's really short on the side, but kind of in between there, like his normal look. And it's been working. I appreciate it. Glad someone noticed the hair. But I've been cutting my hair since I got married, because my wife and I were pretty poor when we first got married. Had to save up to eat out once a month at like Chick-fil-A or something. Maybe go to a movie once a month. And yeah, stuff's turned around now, so it's pretty nice. But I still just in the habit of cutting my own hair. It's easy. It would take just as long for me to drive somewhere, get it done, and then they probably do it a way that I don't like, and then get back home. So I just go in the bathroom, cut it up. Actually, it doesn't take that long now. It was weird figuring out because before I just used the buzzer with different blades all the way up to the top, or different guards. Now I have to kind of like pull my hair back some, cut this short, and then use scissors to blend the top in, but I'm getting used to it, so it's pretty easy. Maybe I should make some hair cutting tutorials. Help folks save money. Last set of shrugs here, and I do a drop set. So 185 again, if you notice the 25s are on the outside, and then, of course 25s on the outside. I think I have a 2.5 there, because like I was saying at the beginning, my weights are a little under 135 with those big bumpers. But 185 for 12, then I drop the 25s and then keep going for another 15. So it's 27 reps total. And it really starts to burn in the traps. Come on, internet. Killing me. Killing me, internet. It's making my shrugs look bad. So there, dropped it. Doing the rest of the reps with 135. And especially when this gets hard, or when you get tired, it's easy to just be like, okay, let me get through this and do a bunch of reps and try to speed through it. But I try to tell myself, come on, you're already doing here, do it right, pull up, try to squeeze, let it back down really far. And dumbbell shrugs, it's a little bit nicer the hand placement, but even then, like the dumbbells, I've got like 80s or 90s, and then they're against my legs, and then the dumbbell itself is pulling my pants up and down. It feels like my pants are gonna come off. So there's no easy way to do it, really. My favorite way to do shrugs, though, is on a Smith machine, and the ones that are a little bit of an angle. So when you're starting, the weight is a little further away from you, and you pull it up, but also in towards you, so then you really feel it, and it's not hitting your crotch as you're pulling the weight up. So finally, we're on to the last superset, and I like to do supersets just to get stuff done a little bit quicker. Doing and ones that don't obviously affect the other lifts. But do these straight arm pull downs. I do one warm-up set per reps and bend over lateral raises. So essentially doing bells like this. I prefer when I'm in a gym, I'll do this and either get on the cables and just hold the cables with no attachment, pull them out like this, or else get on like the Pec machine backwards and do it. It's a lot easier than dumbbells because I don't like doing stuff bent over after support with my lower back because I do have a crooked back and don't want to put more stress on it than I have to. With the straight arm pull downs, this is an interesting exercise because it's easy to do wrong. I see a lot of people do it and it's almost like they're doing a tricep exercise and you can feel it in your triceps if you're doing wrong. You want to keep your arms straight and I focus on thinking push to the ground and then into my waist, so then you're really using your lats to get it down while keeping your arms stiff like this, and then I can really feel it in my lats. And then we got the bent over laterals, and you can see I like to put my chest on the bench. It keeps me from, I see people do it and like kind of go like this and swing it up. Just use lighter weight, and this pretty much keeps me from doing that and keeps it strict. My arms aren't always even, you can see, but it works. Gotta make do with what you have. I used to do that without the towel there, and I'd have a bruise across my chest sometimes, or like right on the edge where it'd be folded over the bench. So folding over a towel helps a lot with stuff like that. You do need chest support and stuff. Like if I do barbell rows, I'll do it chest support and have to do the same thing. So now my heaviest set of straight arm pull downs, 85 for 8. See, I'm trying to push to the ground and then into my waist. And I put that weight hanging from me because when I get to these heavier weights, like it almost pulls me towards the bar. So having that helps me stay in place and focus on just pulling the weight down. Because I'd get to the top and almost like it'd pull me away. So not something, you may not be able to do that at the gym obviously, but home gym, it works out. Second set, second of 3 set of bent over laterals. So the first one I did 20 pounds for 15 reps. Now, heaviest one, 30 pounds for 9 reps. And this is where I wish I had some more incremental weights, like 25s, 27 and a half to 30, because going straight from 25 to 30, like I can do 25s fine for a lot of reps, but you could jump from 25 to 30. Well, now that's what, 5 pounds, 2.5. That's a 20% increase in weight. That's a huge weight increase. And so it's heavy and you're having to not have as good a form, but what I typically do because of that, since I don't have increments to use, instead of I try to keep my arms as straight as I can because the further out the weight is, the harder it is. So if I go up, I'll just bend my arms a little bit, and as that gets easy over the various workouts, then straighten my arms out more and more. And once I get to where I can do the amount of reps I want for a couple workouts with my arms straight, then move the weight up and kind of go back to that same arms a little bit bent. But you can't really see the set because the internet's messing up again. But moving on to my last superset of these, we've got doing a drop set of the straight arm pull downs, 75 pounds, and then I drop off the weight down to 45. So do 10 reps. Once again, have that bar. You see the arms, I'm trying to push towards the ground. You don't want to pull in and row it like this. You want to push down and into your waist. Can you stop whistling, please? Then down to 45 pounds, 12 more reps. And this is where it really starts to burn. Because you already did that hard set as many as you could, and then it's, okay, I gotta keep going. And the weight's light, but you can really feel it start to burn. Hey Jacob, what's on my mind? I'm gonna type this as I say it because I don't know what's coming through. I keep getting delays. What's on your mind when you're pushing through your last rep or a failure? For me, especially if it's an exercise I don't particularly like shrugs or something, I just try to think, okay, what's your goal? You're already doing this, just push through. You know you can do more, and just do it. It's easy on stuff like deadlift, squat, bench, because I'm working towards a goal of a competition. I really want to get that done. But the other ones, I'm just like, I just tell myself, you're already here, like, just do it, push yourself. I'm gonna type a little bit here. Plus I keep a list of all my lifts on my phone, so regardless of where I am, I can know what I do on various machines and try to push towards it. And having that record helps me want to push to new highs. So I see that, I'm like, okay, I know I can do this. Try to do one more. Push yourself a little more. And yeah, I mean, just having the attitude of always wanting to do a little bit better, try a little bit harder. I always want to at least get what I got last time. Like if I'm not feeling it as much, I'll be like, okay, just shoot for what you did before, and then the next workout will probably be better. And there's times, especially when it is so hot in the garage, like I'm finished now just cleaning up. It's part of what takes a long time. But it is, when it's super hot, it's tough. That's why lately I've just been doing my deadlifts and I go to the gym where it's air conditioned and do stuff there, and I can push through it pretty quick because all the machines and options. But I just like doing better, so that's what helps me get it. When it's burning though, it's hard, especially on, I was doing pull-ups yesterday on that assisted pull-up machine, and I was like pulled up and it was burning so bad, and I could feel my lats just lit up and pumped, and I let myself back down and just wanted to quit, and I was like, just see if you can do one more. And I got it all the way up. I was like, shoot, okay, you got to try another one. And get down, and I pulled up and only got about halfway, so then I was done. But part of what helps too is just think like one rep at a time. Like in the beginning I was talking about the deadlifts. It's easy when I get to the higher rep sets, just try to push through it quick and your form might start to break down. I try to think of each rep, like make it a quality rep, keep your back straight, do it just as if you're doing your 1 rep max, because you want to keep that good technique so you don't hurt yourself. Because I've hurt my back lots of times, and then it stinks not being able to work out for a week or two. Sorry again about the quality, folks, on this. It's frustrating when I keep seeing all these delays and playback errors. I'm going to try a different room now. But all these first 3 that I've done, I pre-recorded 3 to 4 weeks ago. And what I'm going to be doing from now on is I'm going to still pre-record them, but I'm going to do it like week of. So my next one will be a leg one, probably in a week. I'll do my leg workout, record it, so it's closer when I actually do it. You can see here I'm on my bench, giving myself a back adjustment, like when I'm at the chiropractor. Helps out a lot. My back pops a bunch too. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and then a week later I'll record a push workout, throw that up here, pull workout, and then do it more like that. Yeah, man, sorry again about the delays. Hope that helps. let me know what y'all are doing today, what kind of lifts. I'm actually about to go do some bench pressing. It's my day off. I typically swim on my 4th day, but the YMCA is closed today on Sunday, so I can't. So I may just go for a walk. I'm gonna do a little bit of bench pressing because trying to get that up. Bench pressing is my hardest thing to progress on. And I do my full push day, but then 2 days later, sometimes I'll just add in just the bench press part of my push day just to get some more reps in, get used to that heavy weight, and get close to that 300 pounds. 315 if possible, but 300 will be pretty sweet. But yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. We don't have to sit here and keep watching me. I like talking more, but with all the delays and cutting the stream, I don't even know what y'all are hearing, so I'll see y'all next time. And thanks for watching. I got a video coming out tomorrow about some more posing for bodybuilding. Got lots of stuff on the bodybuilding show still coming up, as well as prepping for this, what's it called? Powerlifting. But thanks again, guys. I will see you in the next one.